So the short starts off with Anne calling Sprague so they can start the theme song. Sprague comes and references the glowing mushrooms they hop on in the intro. Interesting thing about these mushrooms, when jumped on, they glow blue. The colors might have some sort of secret meaning in the show. There's actually a lot of objects and other things that glow blue in the show. For example, the blue moon in episode 20, the shut-in, cough cough, and non-canon episode, which most of the time is red. Merely showing how red, aka Sasha, isn't as bad as we thought. These things might symbolize the three colored gems on the Calamity box. The gems colors consist of the colors blue, green, and red. Go watch the breakdown for that, aka the Sleepover to End All Sleepover / the Day of the Aquarium breakdown. Another example is the blue feather Anne used in episode 3 of season 2, Truck Stop Polly, when Polly is more energetic than ever and causes Anne and Sprague to lose control of the wheel, which causes them to be in charge of counting the food, or something like that. Anyways, Graham, Percy, and Percy's girlfriend jump from behind the text that says theme song takeover while Sasha comes down a rope from the whatever's up there. Not sure how this thing works. And she stops Anne from starting the theme song and points out that this is a theme song takeover. And as you know, Sasha has a reputation for taking over things physically and mentally. Sasha states that her story is 10 times cooler than Anne's. When you first watched this, you probably didn't notice what the 10 times cooler could mean. You see, there are exactly 6 people in the room, but there are 2 people in the room who have Calamity Box's powers. Divide 2 from 6 and you get 3, which could symbolize the 3 Calamity Box gems. Multiply that by 2, Sprague and Anne, because they're the 2 main characters, and you get 10. The 3 gem symbolism could be why we see the book Hop Pop looked at that shows the Calamity Box. Now I bet most of you at home are like, but it's green, not the same as read it and weep, baby. The same color, just in this scene it's darker because of the shading. More evidence for this is the red bookmark. If you notice in one scene, Anne's hand is extremely close to it, almost like she's reaching for the truth, of which Hop Pop has hid for so long. Sasha says it's about time the show was about me, Anne, and I don't necessarily disagree, but I mean, the show has focused on her a lot more than Marcy. Sasha's gotten flashbacks and, for example, this theme song takeover. Then she tells Percy to cue the music, he does, and the theme song starts. This theme song has lyrics versus the one we have now, but the original India theme song did have lyrics, by the way. It opens with Sasha surrounded by these weird toads that look all the same and have red eyes. Graham immediately throws her in a cell, probably the only cell in the tower. Sasha's given bugs for food, but of course, it's not glamorous enough for her. She recaps what happens in episode 20, Prison Break, season 1. Like, when she was fighting those huge birds, teaching Graham to be kind in order to manipulate people into giving you what you want, and him promoting her to lieutenant, where she received her cool armor. If you notice, her sword is really red. It didn't become that until season 2, but in this theme song, it is, when it's given to her. I noticed that the first thing introduced to us in the theme song were the toads, which had red eyes. Now the sword, and later on, the pink palace, which is close to red. Putting these ideas together, we could conclude that she is implanting her power on other objects and people. Well, in this case, toads. This might go back to a theory of why Marcy and Anne's eyes have glowed their gems' colors, but Sasha's hasn't. Due to the Calamity boxes may have power-giving abilities combined with Sasha's toxic way of getting what she wants, Sasha may have mind control. For example, the toads with the red eyes we saw earlier. They have red eyes, obvious one, and were around Sasha during her and Anne's fight, where she put all she's got into it. The toad's eyes may have been red due to Sasha showing her powers through them. But then I bet you're wondering why Sasha lost that fight. Because as we've seen, Anne has heart, and in fiction, strength never beats heart. Think about it like this. Sasha has the Power Stone and the Space Stone. Marcy has the Mind Stone, and Anne is Quicksilver and Spider-Man combined. Fast, strong, and has the heart, the ability to keep going no matter what it means for themselves. Sasha reveals she trained the Toad Army as soon as she got the position. She also taught them Tai Chi. I have no clue what that is. They also did frog jumps, and wow, she's better than the Toads at something they were literally built to do. Apparently they had a party. There was a disco, drinks, and karaoke. Your girl even has her own merch. If I get more subscribers, I'll have merch. Just saying. Anyways, she got her own palace with as much improved cuisine. So basically, they all treat her like their queen. Finally, Sasha says what we are all thinking. This is permanently stuck in everyone's heads now. And we end it with Sprite talking about how he could be the main character, and honestly, I agree. Why? Video on that coming at some point. Well, that's the end of this video. What did you think? Should Sasha be the main character? Or would you much rather prefer Sprite? Let me know in the comments down below.